Hi, I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers, and I have a wonderful video tour for you today. I don't know if you understand how this all works, but I want you to see the best of what we have that's retiring from our recent annual catalog. So what I did is I went through like a nerd and highlighted everything in this catalog that's retiring. And then I went through my stamp collection and pulled out all the stamps and all the samples and lots of the accessories that I've used throughout the year that are retiring from this catalog. What a mess I made. So what I decided to do is I decided to put it into some sort of a logical organization so I could share with you the wonderful things that I've been able to use over the past few years. I have samples, I have accessories, and I want you to see what's still available from this catalog. This catalog ends on May 2nd. But the products are disappearing as we speak. So I've tried to pull out the products that have already gone, but you'll find that if you go to look for something in a few days, it may already have been gone. So I apologize for that ahead of time. I'm using the best information that I can get as we go along. Well, let me talk to you just a little bit about color. Every year, Stampin' Up! Introduces 5 new colors. And what they do also is they retire 5 colors. Those colors last for 2 years, and we call them our in colors. And what's fun about them is they tend to be fashion colors. They tend to be trendy. And so when they come in, they're fun and exciting. But also when they go out, I've fallen in love with them. So let me tell you a little bit about the in color collection that we have here. So these are the 5 ink colors that are retiring this year. And usually those are the hardest things to get, are the inks and the ink refills. We already have one of the ink refills that's no longer available and one that's on low inventory. So you want to grab those things as quickly as you can. These are the 5 colors. They're Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Magenta Madness. So those are our 5 ink colors. We also always retire the items that match. So we've got some beautiful gems. We've got our blends, which are our alcohol markers. We have our Stampin' Write markers in a collection that are water-based markers. We also have our Designer Series paper 6x6. Now our Designer Series paper 6x6 is also sold in our other color families as well. And you can see here I have them in our Regals, our Brights, our Neutrals, and our Subtles. But the in colors, for sure, are going to be gone forever. Well, actually all of these. I've also tried to put little tags on things. Like you can see there's a tremendous value here on the 6x6 Designer Series paper. All of these colors are 40% off, so marked down to $6.90. I've tried to put other tags on things so you could see other things that are also discounted as well. Now, when we retire our ink colors, that also means we have to retire the Designer Series papers that match. So here are a couple of my favorite Designer Series papers. This is the hand penned, and this is the plant. I forget exactly what it's called, but anyway, it's a beautiful color. But you can see we've got the Cinnamon Cider in here, and we've got the Misty Moonlight in here, and a little Cinnamon Cider in those. So these papers have to be retired because they reflect the colors that are in our retirement selection. Now, another corollary to that is we also have these fantastic Memories and More packets. Now this is a packet of 4x6 and 2x3 pieces, and they can be put into scrapbooking and memory keeping, but also they go in with these envelopes. So this is a great way to make a set of gorgeous cards with matching envelopes and cardstock. So those are a few of the things, and just a little bit of why we're retiring so much of these things. Now I want to take you closer to my my desk and show you some of my very favorite stamp sets, some samples, and show you things that I just have so enjoyed over the last year or so. So let's go over to my table and let's take a close look at some great products. Well, I think everybody loves ice cream. This is such an adorable set. I started with this one because this is such an incredible value. The Sweet Ice Cream Stamp Set is 20% off, and its matching Builder Punch is 50% off. And look at these adorable samples. And look at this one. This is even a 3D pop-up sample. Many of these are swap cards that people have given to me, and so I just wanted to share some of those with you. So don't forget to get this right now before this one sells out. So let me show you what else I have. This segment I really call my birthday segment because so many of these stamp sets have great birthday sentiments in it. Here's the In Bloom stamp set, and look at these dies. Oh my goodness. There are 21 dies, and you may have guessed that I absolutely love flowers. These are called the Pierced Bloom dies, and they go with the In Bloom stamp set. And look at this absolutely gorgeous wall decor piece that I made. Can you see all the dimension on here and all of the shapes and fabulous things? All of those dies just about came from this particular set. All right, so don't miss that one. The next one that I want to show you has been a favorite in our line for a long time, and it's the Tulip Stamp Set. It's called Timeless Tulips. Here is the stamp set, and it's 20% off. You'll see that many of our stamp sets are not discounted. We make them ourselves, and so we don't have a lot of extra inventory. Now, this particular stamp set uses the Tulip Punch. This is not being retired, so my guess is there's something else coming in that will be using this punch, but you don't want to miss out having the original design that was made to go with that. And look at how cute this piece would be on the edge of a scrapbook page. Now, there's a couple of other things that are just perfectly wonderful, and this is this gorgeous Highland Heather ribbon. It's 40% off at just $3.60, and one of my very personal favorites is this cute little Bumblebee gingham ribbon. Now, of course, Bumblebee is one of our in colors, so that's why this ribbon had to retire. Well, let's move on. I have one more to show you, and that is, a couple maybe. And here is the Sweet Strawberry. Now, you might have remembered this from our celebration offering in 2021 on just an absolutely amazing stamp set. And look at the punch. It's 50% off, so it's only $9 for the punch. And look at these absolutely adorable cards that can be made with this cute little strawberry that punches out, the leaves that punch out, and also this adorable little flower. Well, I got one more to show you, and I hope this one makes you laugh because Hey Birthday Chick has been such fun to use. These are the Birthday Chick dies, and they have this adorable little happy birthday die cut in them. And here's a couple of little samples that are just showing off some great fun that we've had with this particular stamp set. So have fun making all these birthday cards and grab these items while they're 50% off, 20% off, because once they're gone forever. Well, have fun. Well, for this grouping of products, I just wanted to show you things that are just So absolutely gorgeous and so elegant. What I have for you here is the Elegantly Said stamp set and the Elegant Label Punch. These are not discounted, so it's better to get the bundle price and get these two together. The beautiful, beautiful designer series paper that's here is the Simply Elegant paper. And you can see it's got just all these gorgeous, gorgeous metallic sides as well as the printed side. And here's a couple of samples that I have just using the stamps and using the punch. And of course, these wonderful little gilded gems, they are also 20% off and would go beautifully with this collection. Now I want to tell you a little bit more about another collection that works really well together, and this is the Tasteful Touches collection. Now here is the stamp set that goes with that, and I've got a couple of wonderful samples showing the stamping on here as well as this amazing paper. Now what's really different about this particular paper is that this paper is 40% off, but it's also what I call a double pack. It has 24 sheets of it and 48 patterns. So each piece has all these different patterns. We've got bricks and textures, and it's just one of those basics that works so well. And you can see how they worked beautifully in this sample with just that background with a little bit of stamping to it. The other thing that I absolutely love are these Tasteful label dies. They are 20% off, and you can see how these shapes here and here and here, they just all layer together, and they have been a go-to for me. I use these all the time, and I'm a little bit nervous to know what I'm going to do without these because I just use them constantly. Another fabulous item is this organdy glitter ribbon. It's black, it's $8.50, and it's just so elegant that you can use it for casual things as well as really sophisticated things. Well, let's scoot all of these great samples out of the way and move on to a whole new collection. So let's pull in the Peonies. So this is the Peony Stamp Set, prized peony, and then this is the amazing die collection. Now the collection for the dies is 50% off, and I wanted to show you what they do. Look at all the layers that are done here with a little bit of color added to them. They just really, really pop here. Now here's where just the stamp set was used with some of these absolutely adorable vellum square doilies, and those are 20% off as well. And then here's a sample that uses the dies where just the stamp item was die cut, and of course you can see my Tasteful labels dies here. Just you're going to see them everywhere. So the prize peony, just an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful flower. Let me pull in another beautiful flower collection that I really love, and this is the Blossoms in Bloom collection. And here are the amazing dies that go with that. And I wanted to just kind of walk you through why these dies are so amazing. So you can use this stamp set where you just stamp and add a little bit of color in it for it that way. You can use it where the stamp is layered with one of the dies, or you can do all of the dies together. So these two are layered together. This one has a vellum layer with a beautiful layer on top. So those are wonderful things. And then of course you always want to add a little bit of detail, and these are the Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials, and those are also 20% off right now. Well, let's move on to some more flowers because you may have guessed I absolutely love flowers. So this is the Daisy Lane stamp set. This has been in our line for quite a while, as well as the Daisy Punch. When our Daisy Punch was first introduced, it sold 5 times more than any punch previous to it. And here you can see a couple of samples where we've stamped some layers on here. And a cute little addition here are these metallic pearls. There's both gold and silver. And these are in our line, and they're going out, and they're $7. I have one more fun project to show you, and this is for the romantic in you. And I know that we have weddings and Valentine's Day and just pure love. So here is actually a framed art piece I did, and it features these beautiful, let's see, what are they called? They're called the Floral Heart dies, and these dies go with the Always in My Heart stamp set. And I just love this piece that says "You had me at hello," because the center of this heart cuts that out. But you can see on this sample, we've got the banner for Valentine's and this beautiful thing, and there it's done in a metallic, and here it's done in white, and here I've done it in navy blue. And then a beautiful addition to this is this gorgeous 5/8 petal pink ribbon, and that is also 40% off. And then of course you want to always have some beautiful lace, and this is 20% off. This is the beautiful lace. So that is a great collection, and I hope you enjoy really grabbing some of these bargains and making some of these absolutely beautiful samples. Well, I absolutely love this segment. I'm talking to you a little bit about what to do for the guys in your life, whether they're young men or older men, whatever your guy deal is with your family. I've got so many wonderful choices for you. This Sailing Home stamp set has just been a classic in my collection. I love the dies that go with it. I love the anchor and the ship's wheel and the beautiful lighthouse and boat. So I've used it a tremendous amount. Here's a couple of cards kind of showing you how to use the stamps. This one has actually some of those images as the background, looking like designer paper. And I love even the little seaweed piece in this particular set. These dies, or this stamp set, is currently out of stock, but planning to come back on March 30th. So let's move on to our next collection for the guys. This one I just think is wonderful. It's a good man, and I feel like that's what I am so fortunate to have in my life. This wonderful collection where it's a stamp set, and then here's just a couple of samples that go with that. And also in a collection, I always like to have a couple of punches that will punch out the greetings that go with these particular things. This is the Everyday Tag Top, and this is the Tailor Tag. Tailor Tag Punch. So those are wonderful collections of different things. This one also will be back in stock on March 30th. So if you need it, you can get it by then. I want to show you something else that's really fascinating that's part of my collection. And sometimes this doesn't look like something that's particularly fascinating, but these are actually dies. So this is a particular die set, and you can see it's all the different letters, and it's called the Playful Alphabet, but that actually I don't think is really the right name because it also has the numbers in here as well. I tend to use this when I want to personalize a card, when I want to put someone's name on it, or I want to put their actual birthday, age, or something like that. So this is something that I use in my collection all the time. These are two samples that were done using just the alphabet portion. I think this one is, let's see, this one is done by Amy Story. And so what a cute little collection there. And then the background on this, I don't know if you can see the texture, but this is the textile textile textures embossing folder. I love this one because it gives me not only some texture on there, but if I want to do some work with ink, it gives me a little bit of a bumpy surface so that I can do ink or pastels on sort of a tooth paper. So another great thing in my collection that I'm going to be using for a long time to come. So here's another collection that is so fun for whatever kind of guy you have in your life. This is the Hat Builder Bundle. Here's the stamp itself, hats off, and this is the Hat Builder dies that come with it. And you can see this really, really cute card. Meg Holland did this one. Where you can see it's actually a beautiful easel card. And here's another one that's another fun fold card. That's really cute. And here, of course, we've taken it one step up and added the bow tie to make it a Minnie Mouse card. So lots and lots of great options for this beautiful hat builder collection. Next, I want to show you something that's really been so much fun in our line, and that is this gorgeous, gorgeous glimmer paper. You probably can't see the sheen on it here, but it's glimmer paper. It's rainbow glimmer paper. You get 2 pieces, and they're now 20% off. That's what was done here on this particular card. And this, I have to tell you, this is one of my go-to stamp sets. I love all these sentiments in here, and I think they're perfect for guys. They're really perfect for anyone, but what's so easy about it is because the stamp is so large, it really takes care of most of the work on your card. And then it's your day. It's just a great, great way to celebrate somebody's birthday. Then let's pull in one more fun collection, and this is the Well Suited. This has been so great to use for so many different things. It's got your 2 different kinds of ties. You got 2 bow ties, a great Father's Day sentiment. Here's a card that I had done for one of my classes with the little bow ties and made it into a little easel card. So fun. Here's someone who put this into thanking our medical staff for all of their work. And here's another one that uses just the vest portion of the card. So just so many cute ways to do that. So whether your guy is formal, whether you're talking about a wedding invitation or a bachelor party, or you're talking about a casual baseball, we have got you covered here for all kinds of fabulous things to do for the guys. Well, in this segment, I just want to show you some of my absolute favorite designer papers and sets, and just it's a fun collection of things that I have just really, really enjoyed using. So here's the Sweet as a Peach stamp set, and here are the accompanying dies, and the dies are 20% off. Also, this beautiful designer series paper is 20% off. Look at all the great colors and great patterns in here. Now, if you look at a couple of samples that I have here, you can see this one has a checked pattern background, and that was done with the checks and dots embossing folders. And this is a set of 2 embossing folders. One is dots and one is checks. And I want to show you a little bit about the mini machine that these go through in just a minute. Also, another great product that goes with all of this is the Pale Papaya stitched or white edged ribbon. Just a beautiful ribbon, and that is 40% off also. Well, let me just show you a little bit about this mini die cut machine. And the wonderful thing about it is on sale. Oh goodness, let me pick all that stuff up. So, but anyway, here's the cute machine. It folds up just like this, and look at the space saving that is on your table. So it's really great where you can just open this up, and then you've got all the patterns, the plates that go in here. And look at these 2 embossing folders that I talked about. Look at how they fit right in here. Well, let me quick grab the rest of those plates. All right, here we go. So it has all the layers that you're familiar with if you have a regular machine. It's got the 2 cutting plates. It's got the plate that goes on the bottom. It's got also a embossing folder plate. So this is the one that you would put on top of the embossing folder. So this is what you would do to do die cutting. You would put those 1, 2, and then put that in the place, and then you exchange this one for an embossing folder. So anyway, and it's got all the instructions within too. So anyway, but that's only until March 30th. We have a whole promotion aside from this retirement grouping that we're doing now called Bloom into Savings in Bloom. And there's another stamp set that's part of that that's being retired that I just couldn't resist showing you. That is also part of this particular promotion that's only until March 30th. Well, look at this adorable What's Cookin' stamp set. It's got all these cute things from the kitchen, and here are some adorable samples that were made. This one was made by Kathy Johnson. It's got a fun fold piece there. And then look at this one. This is like a little cookbook that's going to stand up, and this was made by Susan Lavoisier. And so look at how that stands up with a cute thing. And here is another fun fold one, and this was Laura Milligan. She did that one for us. So isn't that just so sweet as far as that? But this one bundle is only $40.75 until March 30th. So anyway, so do check out the other stamps that are part of that savings because you can do these all at the same time. You don't have to have them independently. You can get things from that as well. So here's another one of my real go-to stamp sets. I often do classes that are called Thoughts and Caring classes, and this is the perfect stamp set for sending an encouraging message, or just sending a card that says, I'm sending you hugs. I love that. Most of the dies here actually cut out some of the shapes, but you've got a feather here that and another flower that just do some embossing and cutting. And then this piece, I love this piece because what it actually does is it cuts out this rectangle but puts this really cute stitching line on it as well. And you can see this card was used that way. And then here's a fun fold card that opens up and has that stitching line on it as well. And then here's one more that has even more details on it with some stamping, and then here's that embossed feather there, as well as a stamped feather, and you can see that's a fun card as well. Now, some of the embellishments that I like to use with these are these beautiful blue adhesive gems. These go with almost everything, and they're 40% off now, so only $4.80 for all of these gorgeous gems. And the genial gems are also really practical. This one
is particularly good because it's such a soft color that it's got a little bit of glitter in it, and it just adds such a sparkle to a project. Another punch that I am just a go-to for me is the Sprig Punch. It's 20% off, and what I often do is I often add a little bit of a punch piece just to add a little bit more behind a flower to give things more dimension. So this is a go-to punch that has been part of my collection and will continue to be for a long time. So let's move on to something else that's really quite different that you might not have even seen in the catalog, or maybe not even understood what was going on with this. So this is the message die, and it looks, I'm going to lay it out here for you so you can see that it looks like a really peculiar die. What it does is it allows you to make a stamp. So here's the stamp, and it allows you to stamp on paper and then cut this out. And when you line up the star and the heart up there and the stars over there, it will cut out all of those shapes of greetings for you all at one time. There's also another one here, the many happenings, and that also goes with this same die and cuts them out as well. Now what I do with those is I have a little box here, and I just put all these extra little pieces, the ones that I haven't used yet, into here, and so I can just go in here and pull out one of these sentiments, and I'm all ready to go because it covers so many different themes. So that's the message dies. The dies are 20% off, and the stamp sets are each $22. And so it would be great to get them both so that you know that they will fit perfectly with the die. So there we go with that. Now another thing that's really unusual, and I absolutely adore things that are unique, is this particular card set. Now this is a card set, die set, and oh goodness, I should really call it by the right name. So what we have here is we have a hybrid embossing folder, and this hybrid embossing folder can be used by itself, just so you get that beautiful image embossed on a back, or you can actually take this piece and stick it right into the dies, into the embossing folder, and it kind of, let's see how it goes. It fits in here. Let's see, I guess it goes over on this side. I should have thought of that. There he goes. It goes in there right like that. You put your stamped paper in here, and it will actually cut the shape of each of these flowers and emboss them at the same time. Now there's other shapes too that also go with the stamp set in here as well, but let me just show you a couple of samples of these flowers. So these were stamped first and then put into the embossing folder, and they came out with all this texture on them. And then here's another one. This is a fun fold tower card that I designed, so you can see how fun it is to pull these images out, and then I used several of the other die cuts that go with that stamp set. And here's just one more, and this one actually shows you the embossing on there, and the flowers were just put back into the background to make this gorgeous card. And let's see if I know who made this one. Yes, I do. Janice. So there we go. So that is the Blooms Hybrid Embossing Folder. So the folder and the dies come together, and they are 40% off, and then here's the stamp set that comes separately with that. But I wanted to show that to you because I just think it's such a beautiful, beautiful, unique product. Now let me also talk to you about this In Symmetry bundle. This is a beautiful stamp set. The bundle is $29.50. It's actually cheaper to buy the bundle than to buy these two separately, even though this one is 20% off. This goes with this particular punch, which is fun because it takes some of these little images that are in the stamp set, and you can punch those out, or you can do just separate little images and punch those out as well. But let me show you some beautiful samples that were made. Here's 3 of them, and this is a great stamp set for just kind of connecting with someone. Here's the Best Day Ever, and that one is made by Alicia. And then here's another one, The Best Day Ever. And that, of course, is all using this beautiful In Symmetry Designer Series paper. And this paper is, our regular price is $11.50 on that. But here's a couple of beautiful ribbons. This is our Flirty Flamingo gold ribbon. And this is our Just Jade gold ribbon. This one's 20% off, as is this one. And then I have one more thing to show you, and that is to just tell you about my cat. So my cat Nemo likes to be part of all of these projects and often has her voice available. So this punch that's being retired is dedicated to my cat Nemo, who likes to be part of everything we do here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos and will really understand the products and make sure that you grab them while the supplies last. I hope you have fun stamping and enjoy this beautiful spring.